set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway.
A short kick taken at the 18.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Start this drive out on the ground. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Mahomes to throw. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with the ground. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
A 2nd down press play there, but it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rodgers to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From way up at the 23.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader." And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Shoves him away. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes is going to flip one out here to his running back. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And again, it's Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, 45 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good. First down. 1st and 10.
Rodgers going to throw.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Christian Watson.
our score after one. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Rodgers now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Rodgers to throw once more.
Complete once again to Watson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing now is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers!
Robert Tonyan.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Packers have moved out in front.
1st and goal. Forget running the football. Forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with a pass for a touchdown.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think 1st and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Now Crosby for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score. Packers 14, Chiefs 7. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Open man right side is Tony.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted. Right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
Lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 21-yard line. The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Screenplay, McKinnon. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
To throw again on second down, Mahomes. And his pass incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's third and short.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Hey, 43, 15. Yellow.
Mahomes to throw on third and one. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. Butker's kick here is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it, and they're left taking the easy three on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the three for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 27 yards there, a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Crosby with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. From way up at the 23.
The Chiefs make their own first down at their own 34-yard line.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Chiefs 17.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. An inside give to Jones. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He'll find DeGuara complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From way up at the 23. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. Got a man, it's Tunyon. Finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 30 before being dropped. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Second down at 7. They'll run off tackle with Jones. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Throwing is Rodgers. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. To me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage to try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No first down.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs, first down.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 41 yards. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Rodgers to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Rodgers throwing here. Over the middle, complete. It's Lewis. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Now Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So a win here for the Packers. And we've said it so many times in the past, but it was Aaron Rodgers, CD, who really led the way.
Yeah, he really threw the ball well, didn't he? Well over 300 yards passing, hit on 3 touchdown passes, and is delivering the ball in rhythm all game long.